Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. I wanted to make a video about something I feel like nobody is talking about, whether it be the MMA media or anybody on YouTube. I feel like nobody is talking about this specific topic. So I felt like it was important to make a video because I feel like, and I've talked about it on the channel before, I feel like whether it be MMA media or people on YouTube who talk about MMA, there's certain topics especially when it comes to criticizing a certain fighter or this person or that person, that they're scared to talk about just because the fear of the backlash of the fans. There's a lot of these fighters that have a cult-like following and people just don't want to step on their toes and they're scared they're going to get all this hate and backlash from them. I'm not one of those channels. I know there's people out there who will spam content about hot topic issues, 17 videos, basically telling you the same thing, nothing important. But on this channel, I want to talk about relevant, important topics, at least that I think should be talked about. And this is going to be one of those videos that maybe not generate a lot of views or anything, but I think it's very important for someone to be out there saying it. And I have not seen anybody saying it. So before I get to my whole point, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I feel like are going to seem very unrelated. They're going to seemingly be unrelated, but at the end of the video, I'm going to tie them all together. So first off, Habib Nurmagomedov, one of my favorite fighters. I have a Funko Pop of him in the background here. I have an autograph of him downstairs. One of the greatest lightweights of all time, without a doubt, in the debate for greatest of all time. That last 3-fight win streak he went on was incredible, to defeat Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and Justin Gaethje back to back to back in such spectacular fashion. How can you not respect the guy? And then going 29-0 overall, retiring in his prime after losing his coach and father in 2020. Nothing but respect for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, since Khabib Nurmagomedov has retired, he's been doing a lot of talking. And I've kind of forgiven him a little bit, or not been as critical of him, because I feel like the media, when a guy retires like that, they just like a frenzy around him and everyone wants to ask him questions and he's just answering and trying to give his opinion. And then it gets turned into these huge things. But another thing I wanted to point out, when asked about Jose Aldo recently, I'm going to give you the quote and then I'm going to kind of sum up what I read from it. He said, "A guy wins one fight and everyone starts talking. Let him fight Petr Yan the same way, then we can say he's peaking again. You saw what he did against Yan. He closed up and waited for the referee to stop the fight. That shows you're not at a peak. If you're getting hit and you're conscious and not defending yourself, I call those fighters businessmen. They're out there to make money." First off, there is no need to criticize Jose Aldo. The guy's been around forever. He's still competing at an elite level. And he's even made that comment look even stupider with his recent performance against the number, I think, 3 or 4 ranked guy in Rob Font. So I just don't see the need to criticize Jose Aldo. But what I took from that is basically Jose Aldo is only out there to make money, and basically he should retire. He's not in his prime anymore. He should retire. That's what I took from Habib there. Now, moving on to the next topic, back in September, and this is going to totally seem unrelated, but I'm going to get to my point. Back in September, we had a matchup set by Triller between Oscar De La Hoya and Vitor Belfort. Now, I believe it was like a week or 2 before the fight. Oscar De La Hoya pulls out, and they decide to substitute in Evander Holyfield, who's 59 years old. And I thought this was disgusting. I thought, how can anybody sanction this? And the original Oscar De La Hoya versus Vitor fight was scheduled in California. Now, California is known for having one of the better athletic commissions. So Triller decided to move the entire event to Florida, because Florida will basically sanction anything. And so they moved the event to Florida. It took place. I thought it was disgusting. I did not watch that event. I encourage anybody who watched the channel not to watch that event. It was a freak show, and it was disgusting that they were putting a 59-year-old man in there with a probably juiced up Vitor Belfort. So now let's get more to the point of what I'm talking about. So recently, Habib Nurmagomedov has opened Eagle Fighting Championship, his own MMA organization, and they announced an event on January 28th. And the main event of that event is Tyrone Spong versus Bigfoot Silva. And what I wanted to get to is, you have Bigfoot Silva since 2013, 8.5 years ago, over 8.5 years ago. He has 11 losses in combat sports. He won 1 fight since 2013. He's 1-9 in MMA. And in all of those combat sports fights, he was finished in 10 of them by strikes. That guy should not be sanctioned for a fight. He's in the main event, and he's fighting Tyrone Spong. Tyrone Spong is only 2-0 in MMA. So, okay, maybe that doesn't sound so bad. Bigfoot Silva's been around forever. Spong is 14-0 in boxing, and he has over 100 kickboxing matches. I don't think he's competed in kickboxing since he broke his leg a few years back. I think it was like 2013, 2014. So it was a while ago that he broke his leg. But either way, this guy, is 14-0 in boxing, 2-0 in MMA, and Bigfoot Silva's been finished in 10 recent fights. That is unbelievable. He's been KO'd badly. His chins look terrible. One win in the last 8.5 years. One win in the last 8.5 years. That's just insane. Then in the co-main event, you have Rashad Evans, Rashad Evans is Eagle Fighting Championship really trotting out the carcass of Rashad Evans, former UFC light heavyweight champion. Disgusting. This guy is on a 5-fight losing streak when he left the UFC. He has not won a fight since 2013, and he was finished brutally in 2 out of those 5 losses on his 5-fight win streak or losing streak, and most recently finished by Anthony Smith. He will also be fighting on the card. And basically the reason I wanted to make this video is because everyone seems kind of tentative to criticize Habib. This is his organization. Now, he's out there in the public crying, saying Jose Aldo needs to retire because he's no longer at his peak. But he's putting on a headliner of an event with Bigfoot Silva. And the whole point of me talking about Evander Holyfield, 59 years old, fighting Vitor Belfort, in which he got stopped, is guess where this Eagle FC card is going to take place? You guessed it. It's going to take place in Florida. I think this is disgusting. I think nobody should watch this card. Anyone who books Bigfoot Silva in a fight honestly needs to be held accountable for it, because how much damage can this guy's brain take? You look down his record and it's just nothing but L's, all by stoppage, whether it be in bare knuckle, he was stopped, kickboxing matches, he was stopped, MMA fights stopped, just brutalized so many times over and over and over again. And Habib Nurmagomedov is exploiting him to main event a card just because he's freakishly huge and people know him from the UFC. I think that's disgusting. I don't think Rashad Evans should be fighting anymore either. Obviously, it's not up for me to say, but this YouTube channel is for me to give out my opinion on what I think's going on, and I feel like somebody should be criticizing this. I think this is disgusting matchmaking. And honestly, I guess this is a hot take. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments whether you agree with me or not. I honestly hope Eagle Fighting Championship fails. If you're willing to book guys like this, you shouldn't be running an organization. You're going to get guys killed. I think this is disturbing, and I felt like it was worthy of making a video. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should Bigfoot Silva still be allowed to compete in combat sports after losing 11 fights in the last 8.5 years? 11 fights, and lost 10 of them by stoppage via punches. The Rashad Evans is egregious, but nowhere near as egregious as the Bigfoot Silva booking. So let me know in the comments, guys. Do me a favor, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll do more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.